Hello and welcome to the How Do You View You podcast with your host, Griffin Stein. This is the podcast about self-therapy, and that's it. Asking yourself the hard questions and really, you know, talking to yourself like you loved yourself, like you would if you were somebody else. Anyway, today's episode, I'm going to talk about uh, what success looks like to certain people and even me. I did a post the other day where I was talking about, I'm having $1 million ideas and with $0 profit, and it's because I base success on money. Now money is successful, but that wasn't the post. The post was, I base success on money. I need to learn how to base success on impact versus bank stacks is how I put it. Just, I'm a poet. But, you know, it is rough when you see, you doing your thing. You're really doing what you enjoy doing, and that sometimes is supposed to be enough, but it is supposed to be enough. It's just you need other things to survive. Money, for instance, the freedom, and you can hear just now. I live by an Amazon place, and that's Amazon. The dudes that drive there, they drive these souped up cars, and you just can't really focus when you're not in like that kind of loud environment or something. Anyway, the point of the day is, what does success look like? And it doesn't. My success doesn't look like your success. It's just really deciding what what makes you happy, which is hard to determine when you have so many people that you have to make happy. So you got kids, you have responsibilities, you have stuff you have to do at work. So it's kind of hard to decide for yourself that you are going to be, successful. Can you be successful working for somebody else? Because we all measure success. Success for some people is getting their kids through college. See, successful, and that's why I say successful and responsibility. It finds it's funny. So what I'm gonna talk about is how I feel about it. And the joy. I do get joy from helping people. I talked to a couple people this weekend, or this past month, where I was told that just by being me, but just by being, I'm sorry, I almost went into I'll do that. I try to not to do that. Just by being me, just by telling them that they could achieve, you know, help them to achieve, because it's somebody that believes in them. You don't think it's that much, but I'm coming to believe that you can be your biggest cheerleader, but it helps to have other people cheering for you. It just feels better. Now, if you're independently wealthy, you know, I still think you have some kind of accolade. You don't want to be singing songs and nobody else is singing them. Even it's just a weird thing. But yeah, so success. What was success? And I'm gonna just tell you what it would look like for me. Success would look like for me was I wouldn't have to work a job, but I had those 10,000 fans, those elusive 10,000 fans I was talking about, and you know, I have those, and then every time I sell a shirt or make a shirt like this one, the dark, which is I have to put it up. I got to start putting it up because people can't support, and that's part of my success. My success would be having all my ducks in a row, having it easy for people to be able to show support. You talk to these people and you want them to share your stuff, but then they share it, and then they go to a song and then they just play your song one time. That really doesn't put it, especially with Spotify and DistroKid, that doesn't put any money in your pocket. Now, if they go and buy a sweatshirt that it took me $25 to get made, but I'm selling it for 50 because I'm trying to make a living. Those are fans or family. I don't like fans. Fans is fanatic. I don't like it's short for fanatic. So I just don't like that. But I just be able to show support. And they may never wear it, but it's an avenue for them to show support. You have to give people an avenue to support you. You have to. It ain't pandering when they really want to support you, because we're not selling albums anymore, which I'm gonna get into later. But Anyway, yeah. So it's just that's what success would look like for me. To be able to put out a couple albums, a couple books, a couple movies, and be able to live off of that, and to help other people live. My thing is still to teach. I don't know a lot, but I learn a lot. So as I learn, I help other people. People aren't like most people aren't like that. So people think I want more from them than I'm actually going to get in return, which is okay. As I said, as long as my food, clothing, and shelter is taken care of, all that other stuff, I'm not really that rah-rah person. Like I told you, I'm finna sell a Cadillac. I'm finna get rid of all of this stuff. That's another thing of I was talking about with somebody else, with a lot of people actually. There's a term in Mushroomville, when you take mushrooms, of ego death. When you take a lot, I guess, to get super, it's like you face yourself, and then everything that's outside of you, you get rid of. That's what I'm trying to do. What is the responsibility that you have for everybody else? What are you providing every day as far as as what you are? What outside of you would you have taken, or do you have to show as a responsibility to show these people that you are you every day? That's an unnecessary responsibility. I'm gonna give you an example. Makeup. Makeup. Well, I don't look like me if I don't wear makeup. Or for some dudes, it's the car, the money, it's the talking that cool way, or having the latest shoes. These things to let, Griff always had the latest shoes. Griff always has a new video game. Griff always had, them kind of things where it's stuff you doing. They call it keeping up with the Joneses, but it's a form of identity is what I'm talking about. When you use material things to form your identity, it's a responsibility. You're providing. So that's an extra layer of responsibility, just to be who you are. Now, if you can get rid of that, that is a tremendous way. Let them decide on how you really are. How you really are, whatever. I'm gonna use the word naked, but you know what I mean. How you are naked to the world. That's your only responsibility. That should be your only responsibility. Now, when you choose to take up a public office, or do these things, or become a leader, then it changes. But even in that, you should still be your authentic self. You should still be your authentic self, because it's less responsibility. And if you're always going through these morals, this navigational thing where morals, you always know what you're going, and everybody that knows you know what you're gonna do. It's just an easier way of life. I don't know if it's a happier way of life, because shit, that shit is uncomfortable to be the authentic you all the time. Well, to initially, but until you do it, shit, you ain't doing it. I mean, I don't even know another way to say it. But it ain't an easy thing. I'm trying to do it piece by piece. Like I said, I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of these clothes. I'm getting rid of everything that marks me as a another example, as a gangster. So I don't know if you know this. Dickies, once you wash Dickies twice or three times, it's a number. The Ben Davis clothes, that's cotton clothes. Once that stuff gets washed two or three, that stuff feels like pajama clothing. People don't know that. It just look like gangster attire, but it's because it's comfortable for me. So that's why I wear that. So I say that is that me, or is that something I'm doing for other people, or is it something I'm doing? That's the question. Are you doing? Go through your checklist of what you're doing. Am I doing this for other people, or am I doing this for me? Now, sometimes you think you're doing it for you, but it's so you will look a certain way for other people. That means you're doing. That means you're doing. I'll say it again, but sometimes it feels like you're doing something for yourself, just so that you are highly recognized by other people. That means you're doing it for other people. When I said it out loud to myself the first time, I felt like not ashamed. I didn't feel ashamed, but I felt uncomfortable, because I was like, it felt like and this is dumb. This not dumb. I gotta stop doing that too. Not dumb. This was it was it was common sense, but it was a break. It was like I was figuring out my own self, and it was spooky for a second because it was like I didn't crack the. You know how you crack codes on people? You like, ah, I knew this nigga was a sucker, or or I knew she was good. I knew she had something. It was the same way, but with my own self, which is I don't want to say crazy, but it was eye opening. It's about reflection and patience. I took I took some time to really think about that kind of stuff, and it's not an easy it's not an easy deal. It's not an easy deal. But I mean, life never. I mean, shit. What what is easy? Nothing worth having is easy. So anyway, that's the thing with what success looks like. In ego death, I touched on it a little bit, but I really want to delve into that. It was a book I wanted to read about it, because I may not even be doing it right, and I may not even be saying it right to so that you understand what I'm saying. But I know what I mean by it. It's just my responsibility. What responsibilities am I? If everything that I do to make myself me, is it for me or is it for others? And if it's for others, I would look into chopping that down. That's just one less thing you got to worry about. Why are you wearing high heel shoes? I like high heel shoes. Oh, shoes. Or do you like them because they make your butt look big, or you like them because they make your calves? They hurt. I've seen women with high heel shoes. I like. Why would you do this to yourself with torture? Women get to a certain people. Men also get to a certain age. I ain't gonna do it. But men get to a certain age and they start wearing Velcro shoes or slip-ons. And it's not, I'm gonna tell you another thing, it's because they don't care no more. But it's not because, you know, I thought it was because they couldn't reach their feet no more. But it's just some of these shoes, some easy spirits. Go get you some go get you some easy spirits or some old time Buster Browns with some comfortable shoes. So it gets to the point where comfort comes above all of this. This might be a 50-year-old thing. I'm tired of playing. I'm tired of playing, pretty and sexy. I ain't, nigga, please. I ain't, no, done. That's all. I'm gonna be clean, and I'm gonna try to match to the best of my ability. But let me tell you something. That's all that extra stuff is for the birds, or for the youngins, or for the the ill advised, or for the sheep. I don't know. But I never was a classy person. I never spent more than $200 on a pair of shoes. I never spent more than $20 on a t-shirt. So I ain't that kind of a person at all. And I would never spend more than $20 for a belt, regardless. Especially if it's just holding my pants up. But yeah. So yeah, that's all. That's all. Just that. You you really want to know what your success is. I've seen happy people before, and I've seen people that I thought were happy, but you can tell that they're not happy. So, and it's because of their position in life. They got everything they need, but they want more. They got everything they need, but they just want more because they look to the side. They think other people got it, so they think they have to have it. That's a tiresome life, comparing yourself, uh, and it doesn't even have to be that way, because what's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me. Which is we all got to go get it though. That's the other thing. We all got to go get it. Anyway, what is this? This is July. Oh yeah. So there's no real updates. I'm gonna try to stop doing updates until I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing. Cause I'm gonna just drop stuff. Cause the revival album, people are playing it, which is surprising to me because no, it's not. It's not surprising. It's a welcome change. Is all I'm gonna say. But this is the better music. Like I'm saying, this is the growth of Griffenstein. Because I was telling people I was gonna kill Griffenstein. Now I see everybody trying to kill their old personalities off. But whatever. I'm still thinking about it because it's I wrote a eulogy and everything for Griffenstein to transform into DA the Griff, because I'm different. I'm talking different. I'm moving different. So not totally different. Because as Griffenstein, I still was helping people and doing stuff. It's just that all that rah rah shit. I think I talked about it before. But I could, I touch on it. It's just with Griffinstein, I was saying stuff that sounded good to go together, and I was doing stuff to please a hood that I grew up in, and I love the people that I grew up with. It's just that wasn't my lifestyle. I was adjacent. I was in there. We were still getting shot. We were still getting shot at. I still had to fight the fights at the school because these niggas didn't go to school. So I still had to fight the fights. I did what I did. I just was not a gangster. I mean, truthfully, I think 75% of us wasn't gangsters. We was scholars and engineers and every. You know what I'm saying? We had the ideas. We was trying to figure ways to, Anyway, in the ghetto, people don't believe it, but everybody want to act like motherfuckers deserved what they was getting, but I don't think so. And I have to believe that for kids now. But what can I do? Except for what I'm doing. But yeah, but that's what Griffinstein was. It was a culmination of that, where this is the hood. This is what I'm supposed to sing about until I got to a certain age, and I was like, well, I feel like I know something now. So it's like I don't have to talk like that. I don't even talk like. I don't even move like that. I never sold. I told you I sold one piece of crack. I didn't even sell it to her. I gave it to her. I think my cousin got the money, but I didn't sell it. I just saw the hurt in her eyes, and I just said, man, I ain't doing this. But I wasn't hungry. So I just wasn't hungry like that. My mama provided. My father provided. I had. In the ghetto, we had. It's just, we shared. We all shared. Anyway, that's what Griffinstein was that. D.A. the Griff is a patient, truthful killer. I mean, I still will do what I got to do to protect whatever I got to do, but so would anybody that would, it's just, that ain't my first choice. And I'm not emotionally, you can't step on my shoes and make me kill you. You can't, you have to assault me. I have to defend myself. Like I told somebody in a post, well, I told a dude in his face, is I've never, I can't fight. I can't fight. But I've always defended myself flawlessly. But I can't fight. I can't walk up to somebody and start just doing stuff. But if somebody do something, I make the moves and do what I gotta do and get rid of them. But I'm not a fighter. I would most always would rather not fight and rather not see people fight. But sometimes that's the only thing you can do to get it through. Some people only understand certain things. Some people only understand violence. Some people only understand niceness. So you gotta you gotta meet people where they at. Anyway, my point was I am going to kill Griffinstein in a way, and then just make it be D.A. the Griff. But Revival is good. Like I said, people are telling me to shoot the video, so I'm gonna just start shooting those random videos. I always want to do these grand videos, but it's really just me, so I can't really do that. I was gonna try to get me an apprentice, but I don't want one, because I don't think videos is what I was really trying to do. Now that I've started writing the books, I really I got these universes that I want to jump into. 13 Cadillacs. I ain't gonna talk about it, but 13 Cadillacs, I like that a lot. But yeah, so that's all. We just doing that, and I'm trying to re-hook up with everybody from the dark net. Well, not everybody, but just the ones that's still working on dark. Well, Raven and Sincere, Melanated Harmony. So I'm trying to find a way to hook up with them again. I haven't talked to them about it. I kind of stepped away from it for a minute because I wanted to see what was going on with it and how it's gonna work. But that's how we're gonna reach the community. I'm gonna figure out a way to pay for it. I'm gonna learn how to write grants and some other stuff. We're not a nonprofit, but there are a lot of for-profit grants. Is just less limited than nonprofit grants. As far as the availability, which I don't ever care. If I learn how to write them, we'll work it out. Because Melanated Harmony, she been. I went to school with Sincere. Tomorrow, we went to school together, so I've known her a long time. So we're gonna get her stuff all set up so that she can start getting support and start doing her programs for the newly released felons and stuff like that. My cousin Poet Davis is doing her thing with the workshop where they're doing poetry for kids. They're going around so kids can start moving their mind. I like that, so I try to go and support that. They have a first Saturdays in in Vallejo. So I went there and did that. I just yesterday I went to where Melanated Harmony was interviewing people at the reentry service fair. So it was a fair where everybody was for reentry, for people that's coming back in, how to get credit started, how to get housing, how to get expungement, how to get all of these different services. And it was a nice thing. They had a burrito truck right there on in Richmond, the corner of Harbor Way and McDonald. They blocked the street off, so it was people out there. So it was good. It was. I saw a lot of people I knew. Um, saw a lot of people, a lot of OGs that I knew. Look older, you know. It's just like, man. I spoke. You know, I'm trying to really. I really want to help people. So I wanted to go there and start showing my face for, you know, just for the thing. This Richmond. My city is Richmond, California. It's being. Well, it was always a plan. I think it's a plan for every city in America, and I think it's simple like that. I think they got a place where the poor people live, and then eventually they get a 40-year plan to get the poor people out, and then certain people move in, and da. So we're in the middle of that, I think, and there's a lot of pushing and pulling in my city, and I think some of the older people like us, we don't own nothing though. We don't own anything there, so there's really nothing we could do. But people, you can own the council, you can own the streets, but the people that live in them or something, if they're on your side, you can change the tide. You can just change the tide. We know that we know this landscape. You know, people, these outsiders don't know the landscape. So anyway, yeah, just doing that. Moving forward is doing their 4K for 5K. We run Richmond. I think it's the 5th annual. I was supposed to run in it. I think I donated. When I looked up the thing, the race was full, but I waited. I waited too long, so I just donated in the name of Dark Network, so that, you know, so I can still show my solidarity with. They're helping a lot of people with the scholarships and the programs that they have moving forward. But yeah, anyway, that's the little bit of the gist of it. I'm still working with my cousin's band to do their documentary, which is supposed to be coming soon. I'm gonna do each member has like their own group. So I'm working with Patton Leather now, which is Dwayne Patton. If y'all went to Perry's, y'all remember him. He was a teacher's aide there. Well, he was my teacher's aide there for a couple years in Perry's. So yeah, I'm working on his. I went to the Factory Bar. I went to his Redwood show, and I'm gonna go to one more he has at a casino and a winery. It's like a casino winery somewhere out in Napa. But it's supposed to be a good show. I'm gonna get a pass for that one, and then get in there and get the shots I need, and then interview it, and then start wrapping it up. I think documentaries is the way I'm gonna start going. I mean, I like movies. It's just I like movies, and I got scripts in my head. It's just documentaries is letting people know about people, and I also like that a lot. I like the idea of doing that. Oh, I got this light behind my head, so I don't know if it sparked. I wanted it to spark like it was ET, but it never did. It never was. Oh, there you go. It was never bright enough, but it made me look like I had a halo or something. So I like doing that, but I shouldn't have did that. It's just not. It's a nice effect to look at, but plus I got a one hanging up here. Anyway, I'm learning how to light up. That's what I'm trying to learn how to do it. So even though it looks like it's candlelight, but everything is still lit up. So I'm still learning that. So like I say, I still do like movies and the ideas, and that's why I was saying with the Revival album, it was more of a shooting all of these videos, trying to do some grandiose ideas of, yeah, how you pretend to be, and like, nigga, just shoot them. And then the dude say, just shoot them. You can shoot that one and then shoot they got a short video. Michael Jackson had a short video. Then he did Moonwalker. You know, you could do a Moonwalker for the whole album. So I'll probably end up doing that. That's actually what 13 Cadillacs is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a whole, like a Moonwalker. where I just do songs, but it's part of some kind of a thing. So anyway, um, Nita Nee is out there doing her thing. Um, she on fire now. I think she ready. I'm gonna try to get her a couple beats. I kept sending her the wrong beats. Like I'm thinking, in my mind, I think women rappers. So I'm thinking, oh, it gotta have some little this and that. She does not want that. She wants fire, fire, fire. She wants something I would rap on. So I have to go and get her some real dark music. So I told her I'm gonna send her another one. She want that fired up music, cause it's about to be time. It's all I'm saying. It's about to be time. I put Richmond on my back on my own. I didn't, I'm not saying that nobody else is, but I don't say I'm from the Bay. I say I'm from Richmond. I'm Richmond made. That's all I can tell you. I'm Richmond made. So I don't play around with all of that. I'm cool with everybody. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I'm finna. It's on. Richmond is on the come up. Um, it's no choice. We finally get the movie is out, and it's front and forth. It's Richmond. I made points to put the Social Security building, the Rich City Rise building, the tunnel, everything that's Richmond, uniquely Richmond. I got at least 3 hoods in there. It wasn't my movie only, so I couldn't just. I wanted it to be 100% Richmond. I didn't want anything outside of Richmond, which is good that it's not because now I can do that. I can do that myself and make 100% Richmond movie, which I will do. In fact, boom, I will do that. I will do that because Richmond is a city where you got four, you got like 8 different. You can go all the way to Point Richmond and shoot a high Sadiddy part. You can go up to the hills in Richmond and shoot like a shot down of Richmond to make it look like a real what you call city. And you can go to north and it looked like a bombed out city if you go to the back. They tore down a lot of that stuff, but yeah, you can still go out where it's fields at. Drunk yards, where you can get a lot of different looks in Richmond. And the only reason I know that is because now I'm riding my bike through the bitch. And I'm like, damn, there's some cuts all over here. Like it's a beach. It's a beach access when you go up to the parkway. You can't walk to, you gotta walk to it because you can't park on the parkway, but it's a public shore right there. I didn't even go back there because it was doing some construction, but it's there. So yeah, yeah, that's one of my things, and then children's books, and then the new books, and then all this other stuff I'm trying to do. But yeah, I'm gonna just try to have fun with it. It's gonna be a rough year for the rest of this year. Not rough because I'm trying to squeeze a lot. My aim was to have 2 movies with 2 features, I should say. 2 features, uh, 2 albums, and 2 books. 6. I was supposed to have those. I got one. Well, the Finders Keepers movie, which technically just came out. So that came out in January. I dropped the book. I dropped the album. I dropped the revival. So that's 1. And then I dropped my book. So I got 3. I just need another book, which is coming, which is the book for the revival. And it still might be something else. It still might be another one because I'm working on something else. And then I wanted to do the feature films will be my videos, I think. I do have one that I wanted to work on, like a real short one. I just don't know where to put it at. I just don't know where to put it at. But anyway, that's how that's gonna work. Yeah. So I'm on target. It's August. The album is written. The Exorcism is written. It's all written actually, and it's gonna. That's gonna be. It's about to change in Richmond. Well, I'm gonna have to leave because that's what they say. They say you cannot blow up in the city if you in the city. They're just not gonna allow you. So as soon as you go away, then other people start giving you accolades in that city because you're from Richmond. That's when it's gonna happen. And I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to bring a big light to Richmond where it seems like everybody that becomes famous from Richmond do it outside of Richmond. And this is universal talk because I'm talking like this for my city, but I'm thinking it's the same for everybody. I heard that's why I heard the dude from Sacramento say it. The Mozzie guy, he said that. He's like, it's no way. It's just, I mean, I guess it's a way. I don't know. I don't get into it. I know it's not working the way it is. And then people are happy to see me, you know, when I'm in Richmond, but maybe they think you too much like them to be better than them, which I hope that's not what that is. But anyway, that's how I started out, so that's how I'm gonna end it. Talking about success. Is success just some people coming up and saying, "Man, I love your stuff," but if I can't just do my art, that's what DARK stands for. Defining art, respect, knowledge. Because we define the art. I define my own art. And that's the other thing. The music I'm making now is not uniquely Richmond. But it is because I'm making it. But not because, it ain't that dum 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 dum. Well, some of it is. I got some of that in there, but it's not because I needed that. You know how some people say, well, you need a quick one, you need a slow one, you need a party song. It wasn't that. It was just the beat hit me, and that's what I felt came out. It's gonna be raw though. Something big, some big stuff is about to start happening, and I'm proud to be part of it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm proud to be part of it. I didn't feel like I started it, but I'm coming to the feeling of that I did start it a little bit. Not started, but I pushed it. I pushed it for my part, or my part is my time is. I'm sorry, that's what I want to say. My time is coming to help push this Richmond stuff further, and I am. I am. Probably at a cost, though. Probably at a cost. Because it's always at a cost. Unfortunately, niggas ain't shit. And let me go in. What time? How many? Yeah, maybe I'll do that another time. But yeah, it's about ego. But I'll do that another time. I'll do that another time. This has been your episode of How Do You View You podcast with your host, Griffinstein. Peace.